You might ask yourself, who did Richard Allen, the accused murderer of Abby and Libby out of Delphi, Indiana in 2017, who did he confess to? So many people have been wondering this on the internet and asking at the same time, are they credible? Can we actually believe the individuals that he may have confessed to? We know the prosecuting attorney said he confessed 5 or 6 times to different individuals. So that's 5 or 6 different confessions. Who did he confess to? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this past week in court, we learned the names of a couple of those individuals that he actually confessed to. The number one person, the first person that he confessed that killing Abby and Libby, his wife, was none other than to her over the phone. Now, that wasn't the only confession over the phone that Mr. Allen, Richard Allen, would actually give. The second confession over the phone that he gave was to none other than his own biological grandmother. Yes. Are they credible in that they received the confessions? Well, even if we don't believe their actual statements and their actual testimony when it comes out in court later on, each call is recorded. And this is how it works. In order for an inmate in county jail there in Delphi, Indiana, and in the entire state of Indiana, and this goes for a lot of states around the United States, an inmate picks up the receiver on the phone. They then enter their actual ID number, their prison or jail ID number. Then they actually dial the number that they want to reach. That then places a collect call to that individual. They must then accept the charges to be able to speak to the individual. But a lot of people are speculating. What about phone calls to attorneys? Each law firm, each attorney must register their phone numbers and cell phone numbers with the actual court and jails. That's done at the same time, but they must register their phone numbers. So immediately, once that inmate puts their PIN in, their ID number, and then they put in the actual number to be called, it does not record it. Because calls between an inmate, a client, and an attorney are privileged information and are protected by the United States and all states, for the most part, state constitutional rights. So they're not recorded. I've seen a lot of people on the internet speculate they're recording phone calls from his attorney. Well, only if he's calling his attorney and that number's not registered. And all the attorney has to do is say, that is my number, and this is my cell phone number, this is my law office, and they will delete the actual call. But we know he confessed to his wife. We know he confessed to his grandmother. Incidentally, neither his grandmother or his wife is receiving calls from him anymore. They have refused to communicate with him after he confessed to murdering Abby and Libby, to both of them. Additionally, on top of those two, he confessed to at least one inmate, maybe as many as 3 total inmates, and then a possible jailhouse employee or corrections officer staff member. These are the people that he has confessed to. But now, we learned in court through closed circuit TV, he is feigning a mental illness, saying that he is unfit to stand trial, wearing a dirty clothing, and he's also going on a self-imposed hunger strike. So he doesn't have to actually appear, and he can use the mental defect, defense later on. But that is where we are. Is this the man who actually killed Abby and Libby? If he is not the individual who killed Abby and Libby in Delphi, Indiana in 2017, He's got a lot of explaining to do. Like you would say to Lucy. You got a lot of explaining to do, Lucy. To the court and to everyone out here in the general public, why would you confess not once, not twice, but up to 6 times to 6 individuals that you killed these girls, these young ladies? Why would you do that? So I ask of you, are there other people out there that may have been connected to it? Is Anthony Klein connected? How about the landowner where the girls were actually murdered? Are any of these other people connected to the actual murder of Abby and Libby? We have no evidence that directly says that either of those other 2 are connected to the murders. But we know Anthony Klein had been texting the girls prior. We know he's a sick SOB. We know the landowner is an older gentleman who couldn't have physically have been there. But did Richard Allen, did he confess to him after he did it? Did he know anything? Comment down below. Let me know. Who else do you think may be involved in this crime? Because right now, it's looking like we're grabbing the nails and sealing the coffin right now for Richard Allen. Innocent until proven guilty, except for here on the internet. You have a terrific day and you stay safe out there.